Budray Productions presents The Adventures of the Raven. One man's battle against crime and injustice in the guise of an ominous bird. When you hear the raven's call, another criminal will fall.
Today's program is brought to you by Phoenix Life Insurance. Don't leave your family falling when the Grim Reaper comes calling. Visit Phoenix Life online at phoenixlife.com or call them today at 1-800-PHOENIX. Don't wait another minute. It could be your last. The Raven, Petrie Swertelli, is the wealthy son of a murdered Chicago crime boss. Having learned from his father's mistakes, Petrie uses his criminal inheritance to fight for justice and the good of all mankind. In the disguise of a giant raven, Petrie employs his cunning and prowess to defeat master criminals that normal law enforcement can never reach. The Raven's true identity is known only to his loyal secretary and friend, Maxine Rode.
Today's story, The Iron Fist.
Quite an event, officer?
Oh, a reporter. Are you here to report on Senator Crossman's big speech at the Assembly today?
Yes, I can't believe the turnout.
Tell me about it. I haven't seen this much of a turnout since the president came to town a few years ago.
Look, there's Senator Crossman taking the podium right now.
Who's that fellow rushing up on the stage?
He doesn't appear to be part of the senator's staff.
Hey, he's got a gun.
And he's pointing it at the Senator Crossman. The senator is down.
That killer's not getting away with it on my watch.
He's coming back this way.
Hold it right there in the name of the law.
He's not listening. He's not paying attention to you at all.
Well, you'll pay attention to this.
You shot him dead.
Had to. Let's see who he was.
Check his ID.
I know this man. He runs the hardware store at Vanderbilt Heights. I went to high school with him.
Why on earth would he shoot the senator?
God, I don't know. When I knew him, he wouldn't hurt a fly.
Glad you could make it today, Maxine.
Are you kidding, Petrie? What girl would pass up a lunch at Club Monte Carlo?
I hope you don't mind. I went ahead and ordered for you.
Not at all. What did you order?
I ordered us both the 6-ounce filet mignon with fingerling potatoes and asparagus tips. I also ordered an appetizer of jalapeno crab cakes.
Sounds spicy. And what to drink?
Mimosas with just a hint of grapefruit.
Yum.
Nothing's too good for my secretary.
So what's the occasion?
I'm trying to lure you into another caper of the Raven.
Ah, Petrie, no luring is necessary. What are you working on?
Do you remember last week when Senator Crossman was assassinated?
Yes, but I thought that was an open and shut case.
Oh, the case was quickly closed, all right, but without a motive. By all accounts, including the police officer that shot the assailant, Henry Chino was a quiet little man who ran a hardware store for many years in Vanderbilt Heights.
He has no prior criminal record?
Not even a speeding ticket. As a matter of fact, until last month, Henry Chino never even owned a gun.
Well, what do you suppose changed him?
That's what I'd like to find out.
And how can I help?
I want you to come with me into Vanderbilt Heights for a few days. We'll get a room and set up base. I want you to mingle with the locals and get in on the gossip. Pose as a non-threatening tourist from out of town.
What will you do?
For starters, I'm going to visit Chino's wife as a private investigator and see if I can find out any further information about his radical change in behavior. Perhaps there's more to Senator Crossman's murder than meets the eye. Perhaps the Raven can avenge the good senator's untimely death.
I'm telling you, Mrs. Swartelli, you've come at a bad time. My sister-in-law is still all broken up about the death of her husband, my brother.
I'm sorry for your loss, but this is a very serious matter.
Who is it, Rex?
Another investigator.
I can't talk to any more investigators.
But I only have a couple of questions.
Oh, sure. So you can ruin Henry's name further and drive another nail in his coffin.
No, I'd like to help clear your husband's name.
Liar!
Say, Mr. Swartelli, are you serious about clearing my brother's name?
If I can.
Listen, let's go on the front porch and talk.
Okay.
I haven't said this to anybody else because Henry's already been slandered enough. But my brother started acting odd about 2 months ago. It was subtle at first, but his demeanor progressively got more and more distant.
Distant?
Yeah, he could be standing right next to you, and suddenly he would seem like he was 1,000 miles away. It was like his mind was somewhere else. His eyes would go blank, and he wouldn't acknowledge the presence of anybody, sometimes for up to an hour.
Well, did anything precipitate this new behavior?
Like what?
Like a head injury, for example?
No. Nothing like that. I first noticed his behavior change after he started a stop smoking program at the V Health.
Is that the research laboratory over the hill?
Yeah, the huge, ugly complex that keeps this community afloat. They sponsor all kinds of different programs there. Most of them are free. Carlo was always after Henry to quit smoking, so when he heard about the new program being offered at V Health, he signed up.
And did he quit smoking?
Almost immediately. But as a result, his personality changed for the worse. It was almost as if he'd been...
Brainwashed?
You said it. I didn't.
But isn't that the way of changing an addiction? Breaking the mindset from focusing on the addictive element?
Not at the cost of turning someone into a murderer.
I see your point. Do you have any contacts at V Health who may know more about the goings-on there?
Listen, I got a buddy, Billy Tart. He's a custodian at V Health. I can introduce you to him if you like. He's told me more than once that a lot of fishy things have been going on at the research complex.
When can I meet him?
Tonight, if you want. Come back and pick me up at 6. I tell you what, we'll go to his place. It's not far from here.
All right, I'll see you later. So, Maxine, how are the amenities at the Vanderburg Heights Motel?
I've had better lodgings at a campground.
You've checked for bed bugs, I assume.
Thoroughly. No bugs, Petrie, just a lot of dust and dirt.
Well, hopefully this won't take much longer. Did you find out anything while snooping around town today?
This community is very tight-lipped to strangers. No one can believe that he shot Senator Crossman.
I may have a clue to explain his behavior. I'm meeting a man this evening to hopefully learn more.
What role shall I play next?
Lay low until after this meeting, and then we'll formulate our next plan of action.
This is the place, Mr. Swartelli, where my friend Billy lives.
A very quaint little tar paper shack.
Who's there? What you want?
It's me, Billy. Rex.
Oh, Rex. Good to see you. Who's this guy?
This is my friend Petrie Swartelli. He comes to ask you a few questions about V Health. He's trying to clear my brother's name.
V Health? Well, you guys better come inside. I ain't talking about V Health with the door open.
Okay, we'll come in.
Now what you want to know?
How long have you been working for V Health, Billy?
I figure about 20 years I've been a custodian up there.
I'll bet you've seen a lot of things over the years.
Yeah, a lot of strange things.
Well, what do you know about the smoking cessation program?
Oh, that's Dr. Bordingbat's project. He's the strangest one of all. He even has a strange accent.
Besides his accent, what's so strange about him exactly?
His laboratory is off limits to everybody except his patients.
You've never been inside to clean?
Never. And I'll tell you something else. Them that goes into his laboratory, where he runs his special groups to quit smoking, never come out the same.
How so?
I watched folks walk through that door smiling, at ease with Mr. Bordingbat, but when they come out, they got the look of death about them.
And just what is the look of death?
Like your mind ain't your own anymore, and your soul has been claimed by the devil himself.
Before we reach the thrilling climax of the Raven's adventure, I'd like to take a moment to discuss the one thing everybody dreads, death. But death doesn't have to be ominous for you and your loved ones, if you invest in the right kind of life insurance.
Caw, caw, caw! Beware! Don't leave your family holding the bag on your funeral expenses because you were too cheap or lazy to buy life insurance. Call Phoenix Life today.
That's right, folks. Phoenix Life has dozens of policies to suit your individual needs. The Grim Reaper doesn't discriminate, but you certainly can, by buying the best possible life insurance to protect your family. Contact Phoenix Life today for a more secure tomorrow.
So, Maxine, Billy spelled out the scenario rather clearly to me.
People volunteer for Dr. Bordingbat's smoking cessation program, but once they come out of his laboratory, their minds are permanently altered.
Exactly.
What do you plan to do next?
I made an appointment to be screened by Dr. Bordingbat for his program. I want you to come with me. We'll pose as a married couple who come up from the inner city for exactly this purpose. I want you to be adamant that I must quit smoking for the sake of our marriage.
I can do that, Petrie. I promise I can portray a good, nagging wife.
I expected as much.
Come in.
Dr. Bordingbat?
Yes, who are you?
I'm Ken Hansen, and this is my wife, Peggy.
Ah, yes, you have an appointment with me. How do you do?
Nice to meet you, Mr. Bordingbat. Dr. Bordingbat.
Won't you come in and sit down?
Thank you.
So, Mr. Hansen, you are interested in my smoking cessation program.
Yes.
Oh, he absolutely needs to quit that filthy habit. I've had quite enough of his smoking.
That's strange. I don't smell any smoke coming from your husband's clothes. I have an extremely delicate sense of smell. I can tell, for example, that you both had garlic and onions for lunch today, but I don't smell any tobacco.
But...
No buts, Mr. Hansen. Let me see your hands.
Very well.
Just as I suspected. No nicotine stains on your fingers. And your teeth are pearly white. You've never smoked a day in your life, Mr. Hansen. You and your wife are both corporate spies. Now get out of here before I call the police.
Well, it's too bad that scheme didn't work on Dr. Bordingbat.
I've never had to pose as a smoker before. It didn't occur to me to smell like one.
You should have taken a cue from this filthy motel room.
Live and learn, Maxine. Time to move to Plan B.
Which is?
I want to see one of these smoking cessation groups firsthand. I want you to cover for me tonight as I pick the lock of Bordingbat's laboratory and spy on one of his sessions.
But what if he sees you and recognizes you?
He won't recognize Petrie Swartelli because I'm going in the guise of the Raven.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your next smoking cessation session. So nice to see you all again. But wait, no response to me? How rude. I forget you cannot respond to me because I am controlling all of your brains through my master computer in this room. Yes, you are the first recruits in my new army of Nazi zombies, designed to resurrect the Third Reich and take over the world and once and for all. Hitler, you shall be avenged. Caw, caw, caw!
I don't think so, Dr. Bordingbat.
What nonsense is this? A giant black bird? How dare you invade my inner sanctum? What sort of sick, sophomoric prank is this?
I am the Raven, Dr. Bordingbat.
Oh, the Raven, huh? I've heard of you. What are you doing here, you taxidermy abomination? How did you get into my laboratory?
I picked the lock.
Don't you know that breaking and entering is a crime? Why have you come?
To put a stop to your evil work.
You have no idea what you're talking about, bird brain. I am a genius. You cannot defeat me. I have a small army at my disposal.
I'd hardly call 20 local citizens under your evil influence a small army.
This is only the beginning, my feathered nemesis. Soon I will have hundreds of men and women under my control, doing my bidding faithfully, down to the last detail.
Tell me, Dr. Bordingbat, how do you hold sway over their minds?
Sure, I'll tell you, Raven, since you'll never get out of this room alive to repeat it. Do you see what I have in my hand?
Yes, it looks like an old-fashioned inoculation gun, the type used for childhood vaccination.
Correct, Raven. Only my stainless steel gun implants a microchip transmitter into the base of the skull. A transmitter designed by me at V Health to control the brains of others through the aid of my computer.
So you've been using this medical complex to perpetuate your crimes against humanity.
Ha! My goal is for the good of humanity. I will structure mankind under one all-encompassing government, run with the efficiency of the Third Reich.
With you as a dictator, no doubt, the next Adolf Hitler.
I am the best man for the job. Perhaps you would like to join my army. I would be happy to give you one of my implants.
No thanks. But tell me why it was necessary to murder Senator Crossman.
To ascertain that I had total power over my test subject.
So the senator's murder had no real significance.
None other than proving that I could control Henry Chino's mind from miles away with enough influence to make him kill a government official at a public gathering in broad daylight. Having accomplished that, I am now assured that I can conquer whole cities or even the world. I could use a man of your skill on my team, Raven. Are you sure you won't join me?
Never.
What a pity. In that case, I have no choice but to destroy you. Rise up from your round table, my knights of darkness, and tear the Raven to shreds.
Back off. Stay back, all of you. I don't want to hurt anyone.
They cannot hear you, Raven. They only respond to my commands. Kill, kill, kill the Raven.
Make them stop, Dr. Bordingbat.
Rex Chino, where did you come from?
I slipped in after the Raven picked the lock. I'm going to kill you just like you killed my brother.
Put down that gun, you fool. You don't stand a chance against my army.
Don't shoot him, Rex. Shoot that computer behind him. That's what's controlling these people. Hurry, Rex. They're closing in on us.
All right, Raven. I'll give it a try.
The victims have collapsed. Are they dead?
No, they are not dead. They have fainted from the shock of being disconnected from my computer when Rex destroyed it. You will both pay dearly for this sabotage.
What are you going to do now?
Do you see this red switch in the wall? I pulled this switch down and now a panel opens in the wall to reveal
A giant metal robot, at least 8 feet tall.
Yes, I call him my Iron Fist. His electronic brain responds only to me. He was the first of my experiments, and he shall crush you both to death. Iron Fist, destroy the Raven and Rex Chino.
Shoot it in the head, Rex. I'm out of bullets. Watch out, his big metal fist is swinging toward you.
Rex has been knocked unconscious. You are doomed, Raven.
We'll see about that.
Very clever, Raven. You avoided his swing and jumped on his back, but he will shake you off soon enough.
Not once I get my arm secured around his neck. There. Now I've got you.
What do you hope to accomplish, Raven? My metal monster is invisible.
I wouldn't be so sure about that, Dr. Bordingbat. My talon is latched onto a bundle of cords underneath his metal cowl. If I'm not mistaken, these wires must go to his electronic brain.
You fiend. Let go of those wires.
Too late. I've pulled them loose. And down the giant topples.
My robot! You've destroyed my beautiful metal robot! But you didn't jump away in time, Raven. Your legs are pinned beneath the wreckage. I could crush you now like a wounded pigeon.
But you won't, because the police are arriving any minute.
You call the police? I don't believe you.
You'll find out soon enough.
No! I have a better idea. I'll escape and leave you to be exposed by the police. Once your identity is publicly revealed, I shall hunt you down and kill you with my bare hands, Raven. Revenge never stops, and I shall have my revenge on you another day. So long, Raven. We shall meet again.
Go on, Dr. Bordingbat. Run away through your secret escape panel, like the coward you really are. If only I could get out of this jam. It wouldn't take so much to pry my leg loose with some help.
Raven! Raven, where are you?
I'm over here! Come quickly!
Oh, Raven, are you hurt?
No, my legs are just pinned under this metal contraption. Find something to pry me loose.
All right. Here, I found a broken table leg. I'll try freeing you with this.
That's it. That's it. I'm free. Now we must get out of here and call for help.
These people are scattered all over the room. Are they dead?
No, they've only been stunned, Maxine. They'll be okay after some medical attention. Poor Rex over there saved the day. He shot up the computer controlling their minds.
What happened to Rex?
He was knocked out by Dr. Bordingbat's metal monster before I defeated it.
And what of Dr. Bordingbat?
He escaped, Maxine. When this robot fell upon me and pinned my legs to the floor, he would have killed me, but I lied and told him the police were coming. Then he fled through a secret escape route. This time, Maxine, I've failed miserably.
You haven't failed at all, Raven. You stopped a madman from destroying the minds of this entire community, and you helped clear the name of an innocent victim. Even though Dr. Bordingbat got away this time, you'll come up against him again. Lunatics like him never stay quiet for long.
And when he does surface, Maxine, I'll be waiting for him. And I'll see to it that he faces justice forevermore.
Before today's episode of The Raven draws to a close, David Talisman, head of marketing at Phoenix Life, would like to say a few words about choosing the right life insurance company to suit your family's needs. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Talisman.
Thank you, everybody, and special thanks to Bob Ray for allowing me on this program. Folks, I've been in the insurance company for a long time. I've worked for a variety of the competitors in the past, and I'm telling you with absolute certainty that Phoenix Life truly cares about you as a customer. The only valuable choice in life insurance today is Phoenix Life. But don't just take my word for it. Listen briefly to the excerpts from letters our satisfied customers had mailed us. Mrs. Josephine Winthorpe of Topeka, Kansas wrote, "Thanks so much, Phoenix Life, for paying out on my untimely death of my husband Jared. Not only did the policy pay for Jared's cremation expenses, it has allowed me to continue living in a lifestyle I've become accustomed to before Jared accidentally swallowed ground glass shards in his bottle of beer." Josephine's not the only one to profit from good life insurance. Listen to Raoul Barlow of Paris, Ohio, had to say. "If not for Phoenix Life, I don't know how I could have rallied after my beloved wife Blanche fell over the third-floor balcony and bounced 2 flights of stairs. I had the insurance check in my hand the following day, and she was cremated by nightfall. Thank you, Phoenix Life, for all your help. I only regret that Blanche and I were arguing at the time of her death." Folks, Riel and many others have come to realise that death can strike quickly and often unexpectedly, without a chance to even say goodbye. Don't let the Grim Reaper catch you off your guard financially. Call Phoenix Life today or visit us online at phoenixlife.com. You'll never live to regret it.
Thank you, Mr. Talisman. This is Avery Peabody, your announcer, wishing you good night and inviting you back next time for another thrilling adventure of The Raven. Please join us again and don't forget to call Phoenix Life today for a secure tomorrow. You have been listening to a dramatized version of The Raven, created by Robert Petaletti. All the characters named and all the events are fictitious, including the advertisements. Any similarity to persons living or dead is purely coincidental.
Caw, caw, caw! When you hear the raven's call, another criminal will fall. Join us again next week for the adventures of the Raven. Today's story featured Bud Ray as the Raven, Grayscale as Maxine, Marcus Antonius as Dr. Bordingbat, Nick Petaletti as Rex Chino, Corey Davis as Billy Tart, Blake Johnston as the announcer and the reporter, and Brian Squire as the police officer and David Talisman. This episode of The Raven is copyright April 2016 Bud Ray production.